Okay, so you want to live at zero emissions, and darling, welcome home to Eden because we are going to save this paradise from global warming. And of course, we've got to do it in really creative ways, but some of the ways are so exciting. So, the idea of a tiny home is that you don't have rent to pay. Hopefully, you move around your home. It's mobile, or you do some work trade on somebody else's land, or maybe you pay a little bit of rent to have this little spot to put your tiny home. Um, Lot of ways that you can get this going. The idea is that a tiny home uses so little oil and gas, electricity. It can even be totally solar. Most of the tiny homes, they use so little that they actually have solar panels and some batteries for nighttime, and they're totally sufficient. Yeah, that's my plan. I found a free little camper that needs work, and I'm just gonna keep tootling on it, working on it till it's ready to go. And then I'm gonna stay in sacred locations and give my love to the world without having to have so much of my resources, my imprint be so huge, and my money always going to rent. It's going to be so amazing to be able to use that money to do things that I really care about. And you can basically, sorry, this is my thing broke, so it's hard to use right now. Um, you know, a lot of people, when they're doing the tiny house thing, they get a little precious about it, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be trailer trash. And it's really kind of classist stuff about trailers being not okay. And they're like, they'll make it so fancy and so cute and so precious, that they've spent like $30,000 or even $80,000 in the end, which is so not the idea of the tiny house. If you could just get out of your mindset that somehow a trailer is a bad thing, they already make sorry. Mhm. They already make these trailers, they're already made for everybody. They're ready to go. Campers, trailers, mobile homes, tiny homes. You can make them as a cabin yourself. It doesn't have to be mobile. It doesn't. You can make your own structure. And the idea is it's so tiny that in this one little space is everything. It's your water. It's your bathroom. It's your there's my boobs again. Sorry. Oh no, I gotta get another selfie stick. Okay. So, um, I would suggest starting looking on the classifieds of Craigslist for campers and trailers, see what the prices are. Some things are really ready to go, renovated buses. This is if you think you would enjoy the mobility, the freedom, the lack of, less bills to pay, if any, and making your life a response to the climate crisis. Another way to go is to live together, join together in houses. And I did that last winter. It was so fun. I actually rented a beautiful large place that I loved, that I renovated, and I had this gorgeous girl renting with me, and we were just like sisters. And that was a way to use resources in a much better way. So, but the tiny house thing, I'm on it because something is so enchanting to me about the idea of a gypsy wagon and being able to be mobile and have all my, I mean, because I'm already on my way to Mexico, right, to go and create community there. So I got all my possessions down to about 7 suitcases. So I'm here at my mom's house right now. She's taking care of me while I launch these things. Love her. Thank you, Mama. I'm still at my age. I need my Mama. We all need the Mama, the divine Mama. We need to be her, and we need to help each other, sisters. Help your daughters. Help your mothers. Help your brothers. So, but I got all my possessions down to these 7 suitcases. And that was really wild. Like to realize, oh, I can do this. It's fun. It's focusing. It's like each suitcase, one represents my artist self. Basically what I figured out is the tools, the possessions worth keeping are the tools you need to give your gifts to the world. Okay, so I need the tools as an artist, my paintbrushes and paints, my tools as a musician, my little PA system, my tools as a puppeteer, my puppets, my beautiful clothing that I hardly ever wear. I am determined to enjoy those outfits before it's too late, before I can't wear them anymore. Come on, let's enjoy them somehow, even if they're not popular and they're considered eccentric. Your joy, right? So, and then bedding, okay, that's a necessity. And then cooking, this is a necessity. And then what else is it to be you? What are the tools? For me, it's also writing and doing these videos. I've got to have notebooks, like all these videos are in here, and I'll do like 20 of them in a week. And then I've got my little notebook, need my pen and paper. Oh, okay, little computer. We're starting to write these into a book. That's about it though, for me. What do you need, darling, to be you for your Dharma? One of the things that's been difficult about envisioning living in a teeny home for me is that I'm a dancer. And if I don't have space to dance in, my body really, really starts to suffer. So it's the idea of, am I going to get outside more with a bicycle? Or am I going to, and this is the way you start thinking. See, when you're doing the tiny home thing, and then you can work part-time, usually at what you love, and your bills are lower. So you can have these kind of thoughts like, what am I going to do with my sacred time? How am I going to offer my gifts to the world? Yeah. Well, I do solar work, right? So when I do a solar deal, it helps me to do all these other things that I care about. I get people solar panels, which, by the way, if you live in Massachusetts and you got a good roof, you don't need any money. I can get you the panels as long as you have a 650 credit score and you got sun on your roof. We could even get you a re-roof wrapped into your solar thing, and your electric bill will go away. Okay, so anyway, back to the tiny home. So, you know, when you redo your tiny home and you start to like paint it and decorate it and put your little magic bells up, paint the outside with your slogan. It's really it's a major freedom, and it's a major statement. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and just look into it. If you look up tiny houses on YouTube, there's a guy there who this is his passion, and he's showing tons and tons of people in their tiny homes. But for me, it's really elitist. Like all these people's, they're precious, perfect, sleek houses are not very inspiring to me, actually, because I'm like, well, where's the stuff? They're all empty. They're all like living like they're so chic in their tiny house. I want to see the wild little gypsy bus, which I did see one. This family, all their herbs are drying and hanging their spices and their magic little nature things. They're in a bus with 2 kids, I think, and dogs. You can do this as a family too. So, but what's your path, honey? What's your path with your tiny house thing? Maybe it is super chic. Maybe it is super wild and artsy. Okay. When mine is more in process, I will show you pictures. Okay. Much love, darling.